What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, it was about maybe 2 weeks ago on this channel that I told you that an old arrest warrant from 1955 was found in a Mississippi courthouse. This arrest warrant was for the woman who accused Emmett Till of flirting with her, and for her husband, and I believe his brother-in-law, which was her brother, all right, for the murder of Emmett Till. I'm assuming she would have been arrested as an accessory. Well, of course, this arrest warrant was never served in Jim Crow era Mississippi and was buried for, 67 years? So there was little hope because the criminal probe, a long-time investigation into the matter was closed by the U.S. Justice Department back in 2021. So there was hope that this new piece of evidence would finally bring some justice to the Till family. But of course, it will not happen because of the decision of Mississippi's top cop. So, Mississippi's top law enforcement official says she doesn't plan to pursue criminal charges against Carolyn Bryant Donham, the white woman whose false allegations led to the lynching of black teen Emmett Till back in 1955. The Associated Press spoke with Michelle Williams, the chief of staff for Attorney General Lynn Fitch's office, who said there is, quote, no new evidence to open the case back up. All right? No new evidence. Williams also said Fitch's office has had no contact with prosecutors in LaFleur County, where Emmett's abduction and murder took place during the summer of 1955. In recent weeks, Emmett's relatives have been calling on officials to finally bring the murdered boy justice by arresting Donham, who is now nearing 90 and currently resides in North Carolina. Notice how they always put their age like you're supposed to feel sorry. Let me say this. No new evidence. No new evidence. Well, let me ask you this. Was there ever really any evidence, like physical evidence, like video, semen, or anything, that should have convicted Bill Cosby? I mean, hell, all we heard was, well, all these women can't be lying, and their word is strong enough. You know, all these white women, their word is strong enough. That's all they needed to put this octogenarian in prison. And even with the technicality, because the prosecution did some illegal bullshit, even with that and Cosby's out, they're still trying to get him back in there. Even though he's just been found civilly liable, he has to fork out $500,000, which is chump change to Bill Cosby, a man who's worth over $300 million. They're still trying to put him back in prison, a man who just turned 85 years old. But nobody feels sorry for him. Nobody says, hey, he deserves to live out the last few years of his life, you know, with his family. Nope, they don't say that. But the word of a white woman got Emmett Till murdered. But an arrest warrant, the obvious grotesqueness of the crime, the fact that they admitted that they did it, nobody has served any. There's been no justice for this man's murder. None. And it sounds eerily similar to what happened to Trayvon Martin, in my opinion. And nothing happened with that. But I'm supposed to run around here I'm supposed to run around here and condemn Bill Cosby? I'm supposed to run around here and stay angry at Michael Vick for what he did, even though he served time? Kiss my entire ass. The entirety of the motherfucker. The world had no problems searching this world like a needle in a haystack for all of these elderly Nazi war criminals, who some of them were in their late 80s and 90s, and prosecute them. Some of them died before the sentences were carried out, but they got their fucking asses. And the United States have nothing to do with that shit. And these men, these Nazis, they had to hide. They had to go into hiding and seclusion and change their names. And I imagine some of them might have had their face physically altered and go thousands of miles from Germany to hide from officials, right? Carolyn Dunham gets to live openly and go live out her life without a care in the world. Without a care in the world. Same thing as George Zimmerman. But we got all the energy for somebody who dissed us on social media. This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? This nigga, I hate this nigga. Nigga think he all that. I'm gonna get this nigga. But, George Zimmerman and this lady, they're gonna live all their lives easily. Oh, by the way, what's that lady that everybody knows she killed her own daughter? What's her name? Oh, I can't think. Casey Anthony. Casey Anthony murdered her own daughter. She's getting to live her life. She gets to live her life in freedom and happiness. Maybe a guilty conscience, but from the legal system, freedom and happiness, even though they found evidence of her looking for how to get rid of a decomposing body, and so they found decomposing human tissue in the back of her vehicle. Hey, everybody has that in their car. There's nothing suspicious. Meanwhile, this black woman, right, who shot in the air because her husband, who was white, was beating the shit out of her. And she foolishly thought that the stand your ground law was for us. Yeah, she shot in the air, and nobody cared about the fact that he was beating the fuck out of her. They said she was endangering people's lives doing that, and she was sentenced to 20 years in prison. So yeah, kiss my ass when you ask me why I don't stand for the national anthem.